Good day everyone, my name is Severola Mark Aldwin, second year college student, BS Criminology. Today we are going to talk about what is leadership. Leadership is the act of guiding a team or individual to achieve a certain goal through direction and motivation. Leaders encourage others to take the action they need to succeed. To be a great leader, it is necessary to learn and cultivate the skills it takes to be effective. Fortunately, anyone can develop these skills with time and practice. Leaders exist in every company at all levels, from CEOs and high-level executives to supervisors and project leads. You may even use leadership skills as an entry level associate when training new hires or leading a meeting. Each leader may have a defined leadership style or a mix of several depending on the team and situation. There are many leadership styles including first, transactional, sets predetermined incentives for reaching goals. Second, transformational, focuses on setting and achieving company goals. Third one is autocratic, focuses on setting goals based on efficiency. Fourth, democratic, works to listen and incorporate teams members' ideas. You can choose the leadership styles that work best for certain individuals, projects, or companies. There are many benefits to learning leadership skills, including you can quickly recognize your strengths and weaknesses. Growing as a leader means learning what you do well and areas you may need to improve. Both you and those you lead can read your potential. You will learn your strengths and weaknesses quickly because they are often multiplied and reflected by the team, project, meeting, or the entity you are managing. You can better understand the company's direction. As you take on more leadership responsibilities, it's necessary to learn more about the goals of your company. Learning more about your company outlook can help you align your goals to succeed within the organization. You can increase the motivation of your team. Learning more about becoming an effective leader may help you find the best ways to motivate your team, whether it's by recognition, rewards, or incentives. You can unify your team. Leadership works well when you have a clear vision or goal. Understanding exactly what you want to achieve will help you define the direction your team should take. You can retain more team members when you know how to lead your team well. Then you can achieve more experience and feelings of accomplishment. Why is it that leadership is important? Leadership is important because it sets a clear vision and communicates effectively to subordinates and colleagues. Next is, what is the role of leadership in an organization? First is, regarded at all levels, leadership is a function which is important at all levels of management. In the top level, it is important for getting cooperation in formulation of plans and policies. In the middle and lower level, it is required for interpretation and execution of plans and programs framed by the top management. Leadership can be exercised through guidance and counseling of the subordinates at the time of the execution of the plans. Second, representative of the organization, a leader. A manager is said to be the representative of the enterprise. He has to represent the concern at seminars, conferences, journal meetings, and etc. His role is to communicate the rationale of the enterprise of outside public. He is also representative of the own department which he leads. Third, integrates and reconciles the personal goals with organizational goals. A leader, through leadership traits, helps in reconciling, integrating the personal goals of the employees. With the organizational goals, he is trying to coordinate the efforts of people towards a common purpose and thereby achieve objectives. This can be done only if it can influence and get winning cooperation and urge to accomplish the objectives. Fourth, he solicits a support. A leader is a manager, and besides that, he is a person who entertains and invites support and cooperation of subordinates. This he can do by his personality, intelligence, maturity, and experience, which can provide him positive result. In this regard, a leader has to invite suggestions and if possible implement them into plans and programs of enterprise. This way, he can solicit full support of employees which result in willingness to work, and thereby effectiveness in running of a concern. And fifth, as a friend. Philosopher and guide the leader must possess the three-dimensional traits in him. He can be a friend by sharing their feelings, opinions, and desires with the employees. He can be a thereby guiding the employees as and when time requires. He can be guided by supervising and communicating the employees, the plans and policies of top management, and secure their cooperation to achieve the goals of a concern. At times, he can also play the role of counselor by counseling and a problem-solving approach. He can listen to the problems of the employees and try to solve them. There are responsibilities that a leader should, including strategies, responsible for deciding how to approach tasks and develop a plan to accomplish them. Second, communicator, responsible for distributing information to team members and stakeholders. Third, organizer, responsible for keeping track of structuring various tasks, employees, and documents. Fourth, a goal setter, responsible for determining the goals that members will work toward. Each example, a manager and communicator both include discussing strategies with a team and giving verbal directions to complete tasks.
No.
Talking about leadership strategies can quickly become a bit ambiguous. It is difficult to say exactly how each strategy will have a direct effect on your bottom line. The important thing to keep in mind is that the role of the leader is to influence, engage, and encourage people to action around a common goal. Number 1. Define and communicate vision. Your vision is a vivid, aspirational leadership strategy that paints a picture of the future of your organization. It's long-term and it's measurable. Hopefully, you already have a vision for yourself and your organization, a purpose that drives you to do what you do every day.
Go.
Number 2, encourage recognition. Employees want to feel appreciated. They want to feel valued. It insists a sense of commitment and engagement. When individuals and teams work above and beyond expectation to achieve a great results, celebration and recognition are how you encourage continued commitment to the organization's vision, missions, and goals. It is how excellence is encouraged over time, and how it stays strong even in times of high production volume and stress. What gets rewarded gets repeated. This statement has become a business maxim. Yet, managers still often overlook the positive impact of this simple yet effective leadership strategy. Number 3, speak from the heart. Do you speak about your organization from your heart or from your budget? Many people mistakenly believe that leadership is something that some people are born with and others are not. The truth is, the leadership is a choice. It is a choice that only you can make. Leadership cannot be given or forced upon you. When you communicate with your team, they know whether or not you are passionately engaged in being the leader. By how you speak, by your company's vision, mission, and goals. They can sense in your daily interactions if your commitment to their growth and development is as important to you as your own. Number 4, delegate and empower. Perhaps the best leadership strategy to engage your team is to empower them by delegating greater responsibility. It can be exciting to be entrusted with a position of responsibility. So if something makes you feel a sense of self-worth, gives that self-worth to others on your team. Find areas where you can give people the responsibility and importantly, the authority to get things done. Have you ever heard from your team that they cannot finish their work because they are waiting for you? Are they waiting for you to take a look at or approve their work? That may be a prime example of an area that you should consider letting go of. Number 5, commit to continued education. Leadership is a journey with no real destination. Great leaders commit to continued growth and refinement through continued education, practical application of skills, and networking both internally and externally. you're never done growing as a leader. This includes sharing your knowledge and experience with others. They say you never learn as much as when you are teaching, and we're truly fulfilling ourselves as leaders when we are in the role of the coach and mentor. Commit to developing your team's leadership skills as much as your own, and you'll find not only gratitude and fulfillment, but will also lay the foundation for a strong leadership pipeline. Jack Welch once said, "Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others." Thank you.